Well, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. We sincerely apologize for the breaking our transmission, especially as it relates to the sound. But we are still here in the main yard of the Temple of Justice, the home of the judiciary. So, welcome back. We had some technical issue with our sound, and I hope that you are getting us this time around very loud and clear. But this is where we are before the city court. Before the city court here at the we are here before the city court at the Temple of Justice, where former Vice President Joel Howard Taylor is expected to be forwarded here, and so police support unit officers from the Liberia National Police are already posted here. Very serious, no smiling, very much serious as it relates to the assignment. And so journalists and also onlookers are also watching what's going to unfold here as it relates to this entire case. And so we noticed that when these defendants are brought to the court, and they are usually rushed into or in out of the court and taken to the prison, especially as it relates to this case in under this scenario. But let's see if we're going to even have an opportunity to speak with the former vice president. What's her experience like in terms of where she spent the night? They have spending one night or beyond the at the Monrovia headquarters of the Liberia National Police. What's her experience like? Why is it like for her, remaining there? So it's been long since the Liberia National Police deployed their officers here. It's been nearly an hour now since the officers were deployed here, and whether or not the deployment of these officers signal that the vice president, former vice president, is going to come here or not. But for those of you who just joining us, apparently for the very first time since this entire thing has been unfolding, we are before the Monrovia City Court, and we are bringing you live coverage of the arrest and the subsequent charges brought down against the former vice president of the Republic of Liberia on allegations of drug trafficking, transportation of drugs, and money laundering, and several other charges against the former vice president. The John Security, through the Ministry of Justice, made the disclosure yesterday. As a matter of fact, when the news broke that the former vice president had been arrested while on her way out of the country to the Robertson International Airport, she was intercepted. Her convoy was intercepted, and she was brought here along with her lawyers. And then, sometimes they say the police have 48 hours to keep a suspect or person of interest, so to speak, and that person, is interrogated, and then after 48 hours, that person is charged and forwarded to court. Or sometimes the person is charged and then they can spend 48 hours in the custody of the police, but they cannot go beyond, the hours. And so, but the issue about the former vice president, she was brought, and then after some, maybe 2 or 3 hours, she was charged. She spent the night over there because one would say apparently because the court, the hour she was charged, the court was already winding down, and so she has to be brought here today for the court to listen or open the charges against her and know as to whether they actually married, and then she will say, okay, plead guilty or not guilty to allegations against her. But this is how things are like here at the Liberia National Police Headquarters and the City Court at the Temple of Justice. We've been bringing you updates from here, and so lawmakers from the Vera areas they have been coming here. Former representatives, current representatives have all been going at the Monrovia central office of the Liberia National Police, the Liberia National Police headquarters, so to speak, with this entire allegations of drug trafficking against the former vice president. They court, according to the Ministry of Justice, Madam Joao Taylor has been connected, been having link with a transnational drug cartel that has been operating in and beyond Liberia. So this is both a political and legal issue here. This lady is a politician, as we all know, and people are looking forward to what's going to happen as it relates to this entire case. But the Ministry of Justice and even the president has said no office is so hard for the John Security to charge any individual who might be involved in acts of drug trafficking in the country. And so that should be the labor minister. This should be the okay, that's the labor minister. Apparently he's here for something else. Apparently he's here for something else. So the labor minister, Councillor Cooper Kra, is here, but he could be here for another purpose, not in relation to the main reason we are here. But Maruna is a VIP, he's an official of the government, so, and that's why we announced his arrival here, not in relation to whatever that is taking place here. And so we see the PSU officers are here, we see the sheriff, and several other individuals are posted in front of this court here to have the former vice president coming in here before this court. One who, like I was saying, it came as a shock to many people after it was announced that the former vice president, Joao Taylor, had been charged with those crimes. Apparently someone thought that she was just being called in to be questioned as it relates to her knowledge in link to this entire case, but the charges levied against her, those allegations levied against us, it shows that somebody who was fully, entirely, knowingly, conscientiously involved in the entire, process of transporting, possession of illicit drugs in terms of distribution, transportation from different areas for another. And mind you that this is being investigated as a transnational investigation here by the John Security. And also we got information that the United States Embassy near Monrovia has also confirmed. That's the information we gathered. There's also confirmed that there are security officers here from the U.S. that are also aiding in the investigation of this entire matter. They are also aiding in the investigation to ensure that this is legally, cleared. And so with such a group of people, leading, or going involved into such an investigation, they could have the facts. And I know our own security people, based on the fact that Uncle Sam is always treated as Uncle Sam, so they could be very mindful of what to do or how to do it, when to do it. So this is how things are like here from the Monrovia City Court. And so with sheriff and police officers all around the place, we see this place from this side. Usually we have ordinary people here, but you see in other cases we had this place packed. That's one thing we gotta be very, 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 very mindful of. I think the police, all the security people have done everything to ensure that this place is not packed with locals, because the number of people here that you can tell that many of them are just be staff of this place or people who have other cases here that may have come to observe or witness to their cases. But unlike other issues, like in the time when we had the most recent issue about Trafficking, we saw this place of packed, and other cases, and even on the issue of the CPP, we saw people here as well. When the former president George Weah even came here to this court too as well, as it relates to different issues. Yeah, and so, but this one, the place is relatively calm. The surrounding here It's not rally. You don't have people chanting battle cries. You don't have people, moving around the place, trying to, cheer or maybe defend or make statements in support or in solidarity for anyone. But we are still observing how soon this is going to happen. We know that the former vice president was charged on yesterday, and that is a public record that she was charged on yesterday. But the time of the it's already after May Day here on Capitol Hill. It's 4 minutes after 12 May Day, and she is yet to be charged by the she yet to be brought to court after she was charged on yesterday. So we are still observing what's going to happen here. We are still observing. So this is the beast. The beast is always known for bringing in hard, cold, or suspects or defendants to this court. The beast is known for bringing defendants to this court, but we cannot say as to exactly whether the former vice president is in the beast PSU-5, but they also have the beast PSU-22 that might not be here now. But this is one of the toughest vehicles in the Liberia National Police. It is known for its overspeeding. It's known for its swift movement as it relates to taking a prisoner to the Monrovia Central Prison, or suspects or defendants to the Monrovia Central Prison, or bringing them over to the Monrovia City Court in terms of our preliminary hearings or charges. So we are still here, and there are some individuals who believe that the former vice president is altogether innocent. The former vice president was one person who she's one parent who in this country who had her child who passed recently in relation to drug abuse. And so he just passed recently and he was buried. And a lot of people who were around her and saw how she struggled to have her son, being transformed for drug addiction, they don't believe that, such a person will be involved in drug trafficking or drug transportation. And so they will never believe such a thing will be happening. They will never believe that such a thing will be happening with such an individual. Okay, so we are still here. We're getting some background, pep talk in terms of information we're getting from in the headquarters of the Liberia National Police. The information in terms of what we're getting from within the Liberia National Police headquarters. Earlier on this morning, we told you that all was set in terms of the paperwork and everything to bring the former First Lady, former Senator, former Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, to this court. But we just got information from within that there are some issues about the health of the former Vice President. This has been unconfirmed. We have not confirmed this, but a source in the building said this has been one of the issues. People of such an age, such a thing against them, especially from the way or convoy was intercepted on yesterday, and all of the things that have been happening up to today. If you're someone who has maybe high potential, you have a high rate, and that will be your concern. So such a person will not just be forwarded to court and then taken to the Monrovia Central Prison. There will be some observation on them in terms of their health and what's their conditions are like, and so that they can be forwarded to court very much well. And so we are looking forward to having more information from in there, but everything is said. That's our source giving you information that everything is said. And the reason why the advanced team of the Liberia National Police came forward, because she was just about to be forwarded to the court here until we are getting another information that there is some concerns about the well-being of the former vice president, her wellness, and all of those things. And so she has to be looked at, properly, and see exactly what's that issue happening with her before she can be brought to the court. But we are still here posted. We see there's quite a movement here, police officers all here, journalists all around here, on locals, not in their numbers as it relates to other cases where you have huge crowds, you have battle crowds, you have other people here and trying to see what's going to happen. This is quite different. And so the surrounding of this court is being seriously, man. We've been told that there are restrictions to even get access into this yard now. There's serious restriction. It is very difficult. Maybe you have a case here and you want to come here. It is very, 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 very difficult. It is somehow difficult to have her coming into this entire courtyard, and also. And it's also difficult to use any of the angles to go to the police station as well. But at the time we were at the police station, things have quieted down. The police had, given some level of freedom to people to have the access into the place. And so the Liberia National Police has given some access to people from the courts, from the house of, that's the headquarters of the Liberia National Police. But this side here, the security restrictions has become tighter and tightened by the minute as we speak. So keep following DN News Liberia. We'll bring you all of the updates here. We just wanted to have you informed that the police have already moved over to this side, and there's the presence of the beast. The beast is always here to carry, defendants, suspects, or whosoever to the Monrovia Central Prison, especially when that person is not yet on the custody of correction. Now let's get it clear. When the person is on the custody of correction, that is the Correction Bureau at the Monrovia, that's the Central Prison, then that person will use one of those correctional buses to be brought here. But now this individual is still with the police. It is the police now will be used to forward that individual to the court, because our criminal justice system has three layers. We have the police, which is the first layer, wherein the police is there to investigate and charge people, and then they send them to the second layer, which is the court. The court is there to prosecute individuals, or maybe look at the law, the implementation of the law. That's why the court is on the third branch of government that is responsible for the interpretation of the law. And then the next layer of our criminal justice system is the correction. So then you are turned over to correction. That's why when you go into prison facilities, major prison facilities, that they are not being controlled by the police. They controlled by Correction Bureau, which is under the Ministry of Justice, similarly like the Liberia National Police, which is also under the Ministry of Justice. So when you are turned over to the Correction Bureau,